Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications on future uploads. Hello everyone, Simon Bard here, or you can call me Sully. And I welcome you as I cover a variety of Disney movies and topics to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the studio. And I think I'll start off by going over something short. Or should I say, some shorts, as I'm about to review 3 theatrical shorts that star Roger Rabbit and Baby Herman. These shorts were released after the success of Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 1988, showing before their respective feature film and all containing similar plot elements to Something Cooking from the original movie. Yet they also have cameos from Jessica Rabbit and Droopy, a live-action scene, and yes, some funny moments. The first of these shorts was released alongside Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on June 23rd, 1989, and it's called Tummy Trouble. Animation director Rob Minkoff and live-action director Frank Marshall had made a fun and sometimes funny short with good characters, a fun story, and good animation. I remember first seeing this cartoon on the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids VHS, and I initially liked it more than the movie it was attached to. Oh, how times have changed. Yet on its own, it's pretty zany and with the right kind of chaotic nature. It's very enjoyable. A little more than Something Cooking from the Roger Rabbit movie, and I used to, as a kid, sometimes get the two cartoons mixed up since they both open up in a house with a woman leaving Roger in charge of looking after Baby Herman. But at least they have different setups. In this case, Herman swallows a rattle Roger gave him and he's taken to a hospital. Herman burps out the rattle and Roger accidentally swallows it, resulting in the doctors taking him instead for operation, while Herman tries to get a bottle any way he can. And it gets crazier as it moves on, and I do laugh and or chuckle at many points. Baby Herman seeing a machine as a big bottle, Roger's various expressions and dodging syringes only to get hit by them, Droopy's cameo of gruesome, isn't it, folks? And traveling for the hospital via a defective atomic hair splitter. And there's also freeze frame gags in it too, from pictures in the background to subtle details in the animation. And is it just me, or does the ambulance look like Benny the Cab? Plus, this is the only Roger Rabbit cartoon to not only have an ending to the cartoon itself, but it's the only one to not have Roger mess anything up during the live-action portion, aside from a small accident. I kind of like that Roger didn't screw up anything during production. It shows that he can still have a good day every now and then, even if he's clumsy at times. There's also music by James Horner, which makes sense as this short precedes Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which he also composed. And though it's a bit drowned by the ongoing dialogue and sounds, it's about as cartoony as it gets, and it is neat to hear, when you can hear it. And overall, this is a pretty good short. It's crazy in all the right places, and I was having a fun time watching it. There's not too much to dislike about it, and it's about as enjoyable, if not more so, than the opening cartoon in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So this short's given a rating of 3 Mickeys. The second short was released alongside Dick Tracy on June 15, 1990, and has the same animation director and live-action director as the last one, Roller Coaster Rabbit. Again, animation director Rob Minkoff and live-action director Frank Marshall had done a nice and okay job at the second Roger Rabbit short, with fine characters, a fine story, but fun animation. In my opinion, this is my second favorite cartoon, discounting the original movie's cartoon. There are jokes in this one that I did laugh and or chuckle at, like when the woman goes to get her palm read, Roger looks at his hand as if his palm is red. And the one moment of Roger stopping a shooting gallery as Baby Herman passes by and then the guns aim and fire at Roger, and a small moment of Roger saying, "That was bracing," before showing his teeth in braces from barbed wire surrounding a bullpen. And even a couple of bits during the roller coaster scene, especially when the ride makes its first drop. But that's kind of it for what I laughed at, even for a straightforward narrative. Taking place in the state fair, Baby Herman loses a balloon, and while Roger goes to get another one, Herman finds a balloon in a dart game and follows that throughout the fair as Roger tries to save him from various fair parts, including a Ferris wheel and a prize bull in which, well, Herman grabs something other than a balloon. All of it concluding with the roller coaster, which looks very fun. Lots of twists and turns of impressive looking CGI for the ride as it moves, Jessica Rabbit's damsel in distress cameo and Droopy's cameo next to her, and finishing off with Roger messing up the production by hitting the camera and letting the film fall out, and possibly burn. Yet this live-action ending suggests that the cartoon itself hasn't reached a proper finale yet, unlike the previous ones, so who knows how the original cartoon's going to end. But I'm fine with it as the live-action parts are only okay. And then there's the music of Bruce Bolton, and he also adds a level of silliness to the cartoon, which again is fine. Although the end credit music almost sounds like something from The Rescuers Down Under, coincidentally since Bruce composed the music for that one too. All in all, this short is a fine one. It has less laughs from me than the last one, but the animation and roller coaster climax is what made it an alright watch. I can't think of much to hate or dislike about it, so in short, it's not bad. It's just drawn that way.
So this one's given a rating of 2.5 plus Mickeys.
And the third short, released alongside A Far Off Place on March 12, 1993, is the last of these shorts. As there were going to be 4 more shorts but were cancelled. Clean and Oppressed, Beach Blanket Bay, Bronco Busting Bunny, and A Hair in My Soup, in which only stills and cells are what's left of it. Though I'd love to see shorts based on the posters from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, if they could only get away with it. And this last one is called Trail Mix-Up. Director Barry Cook had done an okay job of making the last Roger Rabbit short with okay characters, an okay story, and alright animation. But I say that because this short has less than the last short, but also has a bit more. The stuff that's more includes references to the Something Cooking short from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like the cookie jar and the Suckle Lux vacuum, and Jessica Rabbit plays a park ranger, having more lines to say in this short. At least she didn't imply any innuendos, aside from Roger's line about Baby Herman's weenie, which, yes, is referring to his hot dog, but it feels off to me, especially in front of a baby and your wife. I got more laughs in the first half of this cartoon, ranging from Roger getting hit by a rifle, Roger carrying a giant pack, and a sign saying "Do not disturb the bees" that's shown right after a beehive lands on Roger's head. There's the theme to Jaws, which leads to Droopy's cameo, the bees as a CGI airplane is nice, and so is this one drawing of Roger, and the bug spray called Minkoff, a fun in-joke referring to Rob Minkoff, who directed the previous 2 shorts, but also served as a producer of this short. And Baby Herman goes after more than one thing, being a bee and a beaver which he calls a doggy. Thus the cartoon goes on its setup of Herman following the beaver as Roger tries to get him and rescue him from a sawmill, leading to a log ride. Yeah, the short goes from Roger trying to camp with Herman and getting attacked by or protecting Herman from wildlife to being a semi-rehash of Roller Coaster Rabbit. But after that short log ride, with a quick Splash Mountain freeze-frame joke, Roger, Herman, and the beaver go on a river, catching a bear who's fishing, go down a waterfall, and launch out to a geyser, getting stuck and trapped in it. And the characters, along with a different log and a boulder, get shot out of the geyser, crashing through the studio ceiling, and flying all the way from Hollywood to Mount Rushmore, destroying it. Not to mention the coda of Roger deflating the earth after piercing his makeshift flag in the ground. And this entire ending is not my favorite, making this short kind of my least favorite. There's no live-action people interacting with the characters, it all ends abruptly, and my enjoyment of this tends to dwindle by the time the geyser exploded. And in summary, despite the ending, this short is okay. But that's mainly for the first half, and while I have chuckled occasionally in the second half, it isn't much. As such, it's a weak, but okay short.
And this one will be given a rating of 2.5 plus Mickeys.
And that is it. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon, and until next time, for a new video.